Hi friends, this is Jyoti Jaipuria. I'm the founder of Valentis Advisors Private Limited. A quick background about myself. Before I founded Valentis in 2016, I worked at DSP Merrill Lynch for 21 years as the strategist and head of research. I was also on the board of DSP Merrill Lynch as a member of the Asia Pacific Research Executive Committee and at various other management roles both in India as well as in the globe. We are living in tough times, and any correction is always difficult for investors. But having seen the market for 30 years, I know that once every 8 years we end up getting a major correction which is between 30 to 50%. The difference this time has been just that it's been much faster. This is the fastest correction we've seen in India, and it's not just India. If you look at US, where we have a history of over 100 years, this is the fastest correction we've seen in the US also. So, quick thoughts on the market. First is, I think this is like what I call a triple shock. We have a medical shock which led to a supply shock and a demand shock. So, unlike most of the corrections in the past, which have been more led by demand and by banking related issues, this one emanates from medical problems, and I think it will need a medical solution for us to, forget this crisis. It's not like we never had a medical crisis before. We've had quite a few virus attacks over the last 30 years, like SARS, Ebola, etc. But market quickly got over it because these were largely localized. The difference now is this has become a global issue. People across the globe have it, and the last time we had something like this was in 1918. So more than 100 years ago, none of us were alive then. A consequence of this medical shock is there's a supply shock. Companies have not produced anything for the last 1 month. Revenues are zero. I don't think anybody would have forecast this as a worst case scenario also. So there is going to be a big drop in earnings. A lot of companies will show a loss for this June quarter. The GDP growth for the June quarter is going to be negative in double digits. You can put a number to it, whether it's 10% or 15%, but it's going to be hugely negative. So the second is, where is the silver lining? So on the economy, I think once we take care of the medical issue, we move out of the lockdown. There are three positives which have emerged. One is the central banks across the world. They've done a massive monetary stimulus. In most parts of the world, interest rates have come down to zero. Even RBI has joined the party and rates have come down quite a bit in India also, plus there's ample liquidity. Second is fiscal stimulus has been used by most countries in the world now. India has been lagging, but I think something will be coming from India soon. India probably is planning a more staggered and a slow fiscal deficit approach than what some of the other countries have done. Third is oil prices. So from India's point of view, every $10 drop in oil price means something like a 0.4% of GDP stimulus to us, which either you can pass on to the consumer or government retains that, so that much stimulus can be done from the fiscal deficit. So these are like some positives which will emerge once we've taken care of the medical issue. So the third point and question which people ask is, why should I bother about the market now? Because there's so much uncertainty, I might as well wait for the dust to settle. The reason you should look at markets is, if you want extraordinary returns, outsized returns in the market, you get it only when you invest at a time where things are not hunky-dory. When everything's good and positive, then the markets are also pricing in a lot of good news. So we've looked at cycles across the world, and from our point of view, you should buy when three things converge. One is when you have valuations which are cheap. Second is you have earnings cycle which are at a low point, and third is when investor sentiment is low. The last time we had this to some extent was 2013. Before that we had it in 2008. Before that we had it in 2003. And now we have seen a convergence of all these three factors. So which means from here, investing from here will give us outsized returns. If you look at valuations, they are much lower than average. They're not the lowest they've been in the last 20 years, but they are 10 to 15% away from the lows. If you look at earnings, there's a lot of short-term uncertainty, like I said. But today, corporate earnings to GDP ratio is less than 3%. The long-term average is 5%. So, at some point when we get a recovery coming, it will be quite a sharp recovery in earnings. Third is, if we look at sentiment, it's low. People have not made money in equity for 5 years. You've not made money in mid-cap for 8 years now. So at some point, the law of averages will catch up. So the last question let me address is this the bottom or should I wait? The problem is everybody wants to buy at the bottom, but no one ever knows what is the bottom till you're well past the bottom. It's only in hindsight that you can call the bottom. So let me give you an example which enumerates my previous point also. The worst quarter we've seen in Indian history is the quarter we just ended, March 2020. The previous worst quarter was the quarter December 2008, where the market fell 25% in that quarter. If we had bought that quarter, we made a 80% return 1 year later. That's right, 80% a year later. But was that the low of the market? No. Somewhere along the way, we would have seen another 15% drop in the markets if we had bought on December 31st, 2008. But at the end of it, as long as we retained our nerve, we made 80% return. So, what we do as a fund house in our Valentis multi-cap fund is we don't invest investor money when it comes on day one. We stagger our investments, like, probably we'll invest your money in the next 2 to 3 months. So, we'll try and get an average of the lower prices also. And which now is a good opening for me to give you some introduction of my Valentis PMS multi-cap fund. So, first is what is the fund? Like the name says, it's a multi-cap fund. We invest in a mix of large caps, which are stable, which, will give you decent returns versus a small mix of mid caps, which could give you much higher returns, but they have a more risk in the portfolio. Overall, the idea is to keep moving money at some point to large caps, some point to mid caps, but have a mix of both. At the moment, we are more tilted to large caps than to mid caps. Second is, how do we go about our fund management? Research and more research is the whole mantra which we follow. That's something I've done for 30 years, and that's the thing I understand well. We do meet the companies, but we also meet competitors, we meet distributors, we meet suppliers. So we try and have a 360-degree view of whole value chain of the company before we invest. We like to do in-depth research on a smaller number of companies which we invest, but we really go deep into each company which we invest. Third is, what is the kind of companies we are looking at? So we are typically looking at companies where we can see some inflection point coming in earnings, where earnings in the next few years will probably be better than what the earnings in the past few years have been. And these inflection points could be company related, there could be expansion coming up, there could be some change in the cost cutting of the company, or it could be environment related where the economy is picking up and so more orders are coming. So that's our whole focus on trying to get companies which will do better than what it's done in the past. The second thing we focus on is valuations. So for us, it's valuations is a holy grail. We don't like to overpay for companies. So growth at a reasonable price is what we really focus on. Given this environment, does the same philosophy work? The answer is yes. The same philosophy works. We still work on a very research-driven methodology. What we focus on in this type of environment, much more than the earnings which everybody focuses on, is the cash flow and the balance sheet. That is most essential at this time. Do you have companies which will survive this downturn? There will be a difficult phase over the next 6 months. You should be able to meet your liquidity crisis and you should come out of this. Companies which survive this are going to be winners. They'll gain market share in the next couple of years. Earnings will come automatically for them. But we have to have companies which have strong balance sheets. So really, even in normal times, we don't like high debt companies, and in tough times like this, it is even more essential to maintain that. Last is, we are long-term investors. Like I said, we don't churn our portfolio. We have a buy and hold strategy. We buy 15 to 20 stocks in the portfolio where we have done deep work, and we probably will be holding it for 2 to 3 years. So it's a very research-driven, focused fund. We don't trade at all, and it's a concentrated fund to the extent that we have only 20 stocks over there. So this was a brief overview of our fund also. Do contact us in case you want to know more details about it, or if you have any questions on the market. Meanwhile, stay at home, stay safe, and just remember, this too shall pass. Thank Thank you.